98.0.
Elements, the new package, available from
Rooftop Radio 98 FM.
The news in English on 98.0 Rooftop FM.
Parliament demands action after Chitezi tragedy. Ex-Museven spokesman Tamale Mirundi dies, and bill to control alcohol strangers into brick wall. A very good afternoon, our dear listener of 98.0 Rooftop FM radio, broadcasting in the heart of Chigegwa. Our news at exactly 1 minute past 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the 14th of August 2024, the day is Wednesday. In detail, Amali Nightway. Parliament has mourned the tragic loss of over 22 Ugandans in the devastating Chitezi landfill catastrophe, with the government promising compensation for the victims' families. As emotion ran high, MPs called for a full investigation into the Kampala Capital City Authority leadership, arguing accountability for those responsible. In a solemn moment, Deputy Speaker Thomas Tayebwa led the House in a tribute to the lives lost in the disaster, which struck the Chitezi, Chitetika and the Rusanja areas in Wakiso district. During the plenary, State Minister for Disaster Preparedness, Lilian Abba, informed the Parliament that 56,000 households and over 1,000 people were affected. She reported that 22 bodies had been recovered, with 18 survivors rescued, and the government has provided emergency relief, including food, shelter, and cash assistance. Abba assured the House that a meeting led by Prime Minister is ongoing to mobilize funds for the compensating affected families. MPs expressed outrage over KCCA's alleged negligence, demanding immediate investigations and legal actions against those responsible. Chaka Central Member of Parliament emphasized the need for the accountability, highlighting the previous warnings about the landfill and has been ignored. As the recovery efforts continue, Parliament is making it clear that those who failed to act will be held accountable. Kampala Capital City Authority and Entebbe leaders have finally agreed to dump garbage at Nkumba dumping site, Katabi Town Council in Entebbe, after backlash from the community. This was after the area leaders yesterday stopped the further dumping of garbage in Nkumba, citing lack of space and poor communication from KCCA after Chitezi catastrophe. Today, the Lord Mayor of Kampala, Elias Lukwago, stepped in Entebbe to harmonize with the area leaders. Lukwago, accompanied by the Deputy Mayor Doreen Nyanjura, among other officials, were welcomed at Katabi Town Council before joining an indoor meeting with the Katabi Town Council, where journalists were not allowed. Immediately after the meeting, Chairperson LC3 Katabi Town Council Ronald Kalema told journalists the resolutions from the meeting, including conditions that the KCCA should follow after the agreement to continue dumping garbage in Nkumba for minimum of 1 year. Upon their arrival, Lukwago said tomorrow KCCA officials will hold an executive meeting to discuss the way forward. The dumping site, which sits on 14 acres, is located along the shores of Lake Victoria, which has also threatened the residents over hazardous issues. Political commentator and presidential advisor on media matters, Joseph Tamale Mirundi, is dead at 6-year-old. The former presidential press secretary dies of lung-related complications yesterday at around 20 minutes to the midday. Political commentators and presidential advisor on media matters, Joseph Tamale Mirundi, is dead at 60 years. The former presidential press secretary died of lung-related complications yesterday at around 20 minutes to midnight at Kisuri Hospital in Kampala, where he has been for over a month on treatment, according to the family sources. Mirundi was sacked by President Museveni as his press secretary in July 2015, a position he held for about 13 years. Since then, he has been appearing on different television stations and vlog commenting on politics and current affairs. He was born in 1964 to Mole Namatovu and Yohana Mirundi in Matale Kalangala village, Kalisizo Town Council, Chotera district, as a ninth child. He came to Kampala in 1979 for secondary school and began writing for Muno newspaper in 1981 while in senior 3 at Rubaga Secondary School. He graduated with a degree in mass communication from Makerere University. In 1998, he left Muno to start his own newspapers, The Voice and The Reporter, but newspapers failed to pick up. Mirundi was appointed President Museveni's spokesperson in 2003. He, over the time, carved out for himself the reputation of a man who would say anything to defend the president, along the way winning as many admirers as enemies and leaving no one in the middle. Speaker Anita Mongen said that journalist, civil servant and social political commentator Mirundi made significant contributions to this country, and his loss leaves a great void. Absa Bank Uganda has handed over a donation of worth 100 million to the Uganda Red Cross Society to boost immediate disaster relief to households affected by the Lusanja Chitezi landfill slide. The fund will go towards strengthening the disaster response by funding the purchase of essential relief supplies for affected people and families. During the handover, the bank's managing director, Mumba Kalifungwa, expressed his sympathies about the disaster and spoke of the bank's solidarity with those affected. Following heavy rainfall, Chitezi garbage landfill collapsed and buried uncertain number of households. Search and rescue operations are still going. While receiving the donation, Secretary General of the Uganda Red Cross Society, Robert Kwesiga, appreciated Absa Bank leadership for coming through in a timely manner to support the affected families. Kwesiga further mentioned that Uganda Red Cross has been on ground since Saturday when the incident happened, and the team has been working tirelessly to save lives and also ensure the deceased are accorded the decency that they deserve. You're still listening to 98.0 Brito FM Radio, broadcasting at the heart of Chegegwa. And for those who are following us on YouTube channel, is 98.0 Brito FM Radio, and the rest of the social media handles is 98.0 Brito FM Radio. Follow us on Hams, Brito FM Radio, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. All remains Brito FM Radio. And the last story, Parliament yesterday shut down final attempts to debate and enact the Prohibitive Alcoholic Control Bill 2023 that was last November tabled by Ms. Sarah Upendi. The decision to throw out the bill was advanced by the report from the Joint Committees on Trade and Health tabled by Ms. Sylvia Naibari, the chairperson of the House Committee on trade. She explained that the committee received substantial proposed amendments from stakeholders that, if implemented, would have significant economic implications and fundamentally alter the bill's nature. During the presentation of the majority report, Ms. Openda attempted to advocate for specific alternatives suggested, but this effort was unsuccessful. Deputy Speaker Thomas Saibwa ruled that such alternatives could easily be discussed during the debate if the bill progressed. Following Ms. Naiba's submission, Mr. Christopher Komakechi presented a minority report in which he rallied colleagues to accommodate debate on the bill. As the House prepared to dive into the debate on bill, the Attorney General, Mr. Chiriowa Chiwanuka, urged that the existing laws already regulate the matter addressed in the bill, except for the timing of alcohol sales, which could be managed through licensing laws. In the final appeal for clarity, Erute South legislator Jonathan Odol requested a definitive ruling from the Deputy Speaker on how to proceed. On these concluding remarks, Deputy Speaker Taiba acknowledged his limitations in making a decision and literally expressing his desire for the collective resolution. Ms. Jackie Tahakanizibwa, the Uganda Alcohol Industry Association chairperson, welcomed the decision by Parliament. And for our news on this hour of the afternoon, have a blessed day and a blessed afternoon.
That was the news in English on 98.0